Welcome to the B. Lenore Show. Here, we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, B style. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, hope everybody is doing well. How are you guys today on this dirty Thursday? Okay, y'all, I have nothing to talk about, but because I had planned this little check-in live, I said, let me come over here and at least say hi to my people. There are some things I want to discuss, but I'm just not prepared to do so. I had scheduled this live originally for 5 o'clock, and then I forgot I had a meeting. In fact, my boss called at 5:10, and then at 5:30 is when the other meeting was that I had. And I was actually realizing that I had that meeting like right before 5 o'clock. And I said, oh my God, I didn't prep for it. So here I was trying to prep for the 5:30 meeting that I just got out of, that really wasn't supposed to get out until 7. Another thing. So I was prepping for that. And then my boss calls, and I was like, oh my God. So much going on. I couldn't even reschedule this live. Bottom line is, hi. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is, hello. I ain't got nothing really to talk about, but I'm here because I miss y'all. I love y'all. I wanted to say hi to y'all. And so I decided to come over here and do so. I still need to eat something, finish up a couple of things, but when that meeting let out, I was like, let me go see my people because I forgot to change the live. Let me say hi to the folks in the chat. So D Dot was here earlier like she was supposed to be. I wasn't, but she was. So D Dot, and it's all hot air over here. Sorry, but Cool Gamer got here right when I went live. So hi, Cool Gamer. Hey, California girl. How are you, honey? I got some things I'm going to share with you, sis. But I'll do that in members only. Sagittarius Queen. Hi, honey bunny. How are you? Hey, Demita, point of view. All right, Demita. How are you? Hey, Grace K. Queen Lady T. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's Thursday, but it feels like Tuesday to me, just because I've been so busy. I actually had an all day. Hi, Jordana. I actually had a training that was scheduled for all day. It was really scheduled for 9 to 5, really. But typically when I teach this class, I let folks out about we're done 4:15 usually. But today, people didn't show up, so I didn't have enough people. There was a significant number of people that didn't show up for the class, so that left a number that really didn't make sense to have the class because it's very interactive, and so it was just pointless. So I canceled that, but in some ways that was good because I was able to get caught up on some things because I have been in and out and having to take off, due to illness and stuff like that. So it was a great catch-up day. And then I did have a couple of meetings, but how is your day going, y'all? What you say, Jordana? It felt like one long Friday. Excuse me. Anywho, heck, tomorrow's Friday and I'm going to be busy as all get out. I actually have another report that I need to probably work on tonight and finish up tonight because I got another report that's going to take most of my day tomorrow to finish up. And I have meetings in too. So I probably should work on that tonight. Anywho, hi, Mogi. How are you? Jordana, all over here showing out, talking about it felt like a long Friday, Saturday. Nobody asked you. I'm just a hater, Jordana. Don't be mad, okay? I'm just a hater. I'm just hating. Call a thing, as Iyanla would say. I'm hating. All right, legit hating. So what else is going on? Let's see. What I did peek out here on YouTube, I didn't really get to see a whole lot because I've been busy, but I peeked, I tried to listen, but then the work I was doing today, I couldn't even focus. So I was like, I turned off YouTube just so I could work. Oh, you've been listening to the hearings on the January 6th. I need to, what, did anything good happen today, California girl? I'm just hoping that they really, really are able to lock down a connection with that man who we know there's a connection, right, of everything that happened. But that man that was in that house before, I want them to get him by those things hanging between his legs. I want them to get him. Okay. It's not a good thing. It's because I don't know what you don't know what day it is. Okay. It's funny. When I used to work on the cruise ship, and I said this somewhere, maybe I said it in somebody's chat, but when I used to work on the cruise ships, if you've ever gone on a cruise, you probably know this just by being a passenger, a guest on a cruise ship. But you don't know what the day is, because you just don't know. There's no way for you to know. There's one way for you to know. And that would be based on the welcome mats that they place out in all these different common areas. They'll put out a placemat that says Saturday, Friday, Wednesday, because you can't tell what day it is, because it feels like a Saturday every day on the cruise ship because there's so much going on, fun stuff, and people are having a good time. But crew members, we didn't look at ships or being on the ship or the days of the week. We didn't look at the days of the week as the days of the week like normal people would. We looked at the days of the week as the days of the cruise. So if the cruise started on Sunday, it was day one. That's all that mattered to us. That told us what was going to transpire. On day one, this happens. On day two, this is what we do. On day three, this happens. So for a crew member, that's how we looked at it. Day one, day two, day three, whatever. If the cruise started on a Tuesday, we only cared about day one, day two, day three. So that's why we never knew what day of the week it was. Even the crew didn't know what day of the week it was unless you had a cell phone that you turned on, which most people didn't have their cell phones on because it cost $1 billion. I learned that the hard way. First month on the cruise ship, first bill was over $1,000. Why? Because I didn't know that even though I wasn't making a call, my phone was roaming simply because I had it on. I didn't know that. And because I didn't know that, I kept my phone on all the time. And I thought I could just look at the internet or I could do this. And I learned very quickly that that was wrong. Yeah. Tell me about it, Jordana. Tell me about it. Wow is an understatement. Okay? Because the first bill was $1,200, the second bill was $900, and then finally by month 3, it had tapered off. It had gone away pretty much. But I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing until it was way too late. And I was in Europe, y'all. I was in Europe. My phone was roaming in Europe. And I was looking at the internet. I'm just saying. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Okay, you were asking about the below deck. Was it like below deck? No, 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 no. It wasn't like below deck at all. In fact, I can't even watch below deck. Well, and part of the reason why I can't watch is because like so below deck, they're on a yacht, right? They're yachters. They are with the rich and famous. There may be one family or so that comes on. See, I've never even watched a whole episode. Isn't there like one guest or one family of folks that come on the ship, the boat, whatever? Do they call it a boat? Because that's not a ship, is it? Because see, I worked on a ship. And I learned another thing I learned. First week, I kept saying, when are we going to leave the boat? And what time does the boat leave? And I kept saying stuff about the boat. Oh, wait, don't do that. Don't call that thing a boat. That is a ship. And those, the captains and all the people that work, we call them the Marines that work on that side of business. Yeah, that is no boat. Boat is not a word they would ever come up with. So it was a ship. I worked on a ship. Now I don't think they call that yacht a ship, right? They call that a boat, right? And so while that might be a big yacht, and I've seen some big yachts. I've never been on a big yacht, but I've seen some big yachts. I've actually seen Diddy's yacht in Europe, as a matter of fact. It was an old yacht that he had, I guess, because from my understanding, he's purchased another, maybe more than one. But yeah, it was a different experience. I worked at the time that I was on the ship. I was working on one of my ships was the third largest ship in the world at that time. So we could have up to 4,000. No. I'm sorry, up to 3,000. It's like 30, over 3,000 guests. We had 1,400 crew members. So there was, about 5,000 people on board. And the ship was big enough where it had a long mall. Literally, there were shops, restaurants in the mall. There were several restaurants on the ship. There was an ice skating rink. There was a theater, actually more than one theater. There was a couple of nightclubs and lounges, cigar bars. There was a whole water park on the deck outside, so a full-blown water park. Just all kinds of stuff. I mean, when I tell you, it's literally a city on the sea. It's a city at sea. There's a hospital board, which I was in. There's a hospital on board. There's a jail on board. There's a morgue on board. It's a city, baby. It's a whole city. So you got your hotel where people live. You got your restaurants where people eat. You got your dining rooms where people eat. All that stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, it was a cruise ship. So I lived and worked on the cruise ship for 3 years. And I was the one and only trainer on board. So there would be one trainer per ship. And you're responsible for training everybody on that ship. All 1,400 crew members, including the captain, has to report to you regarding certain training. So it was a very unique experience. I pretty much made my own schedule, but of course, had to be within reason. You don't get days off typically. My role, I kind of could work in a day off. But a day off for me on a cruise ship was not, you don't ever have to do anything. A day off for me was I might have taught a class in the morning and then I was done for the day. That was a day off. And typically I like to arrange those when we were at ports that I knew I really liked, or it was a real typically, if it was a port that I really liked, that meant a lot of crew members liked it too. So sometimes, I just wouldn't schedule training on certain port days when we were in different cities, because that might be the one port where maybe some of the crew members need to be able to get off and get some personal items or things like that they can't get on board. And so that's what I'll do. So yes. Hey, Miss Cruiser. Now Miss Cruiser is gonna come on. We have to plan our talk, girl, so we can talk about being on the cruise ship from both sides, as someone who worked on a cruise ship and someone who was coming as a frequent guest on cruise ships. As a matter of fact, Miss Cruiser, what I'm thinking of doing is contacting at least 2 or 3 of my friends that I used to work on board with, that I still maintain a relationship with. And I say that because I say that as if that's odd, simply because in some ways it sort of is. In some ways it sort of is for an American in particular, because everybody's from everywhere else. Very few Americans are on the ships working. So, and we'll talk about all those details too. But anyway, that'll be a fun talk. I'm excited. Have to track down some pictures. And that's the other reason why I want a couple of my friends to do this, because I wasn't as good at keeping and taking pictures like I should have been. And I bet they have even better pictures than I have. So yeah, I want to have some pictures to show. They'll have some stories to tell. Most of them, though, actually all of them, are either going to have worked, actually all of them. Only myself and one other girlfriend worked in HR. Everybody else worked in entertainment. Because at the end of the day, if you were an American, those are the only 2 places you were going to work, HR or entertainment. You were not going to be serving drinks. You were not necessarily going to be working in the restaurants. You weren't going to necessarily be cleaning the cabins. Not because you couldn't, not because they wouldn't have hired you to do it, but 9 times out of 10, for the money that those roles earn, Americans just weren't going to take it. HR and entertainment, different pay. Get it? All right. So yes, Miss Cruiser, that will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So let me try to get that on the books here real soon. Hi, Petty Bloop. Hey, Jill's Comfort Zone. Why Carter Girl. Hey, We Did It, Joe. Hey, Coupon Therapy. Girl, when you going live, girl? Girl, I shouldn't even be live right now. I got work to do. And I just finished a meeting and came out here. But because I said I was coming, I figured I just need to come on out here. Yeah. Oh, so I can tell y'all a few things. I did talk to another good friend of mine yesterday. Now, I don't want to give his name just yet. He'll be here. My guess is Monday or Tuesday. And I'll know this for sure on Sunday, because he was like, call me on Sunday. I like to do stuff like that the early part of the week, because the latter part of my week sometimes gets real crazy with shooting and stuff. So he's like, Monday or Tuesdays are best. So he's probably going to be here either on Monday night or Tuesday night with us. Hi, Miss D. And yeah, so I will tell you this. You may not know his name, even though I'm not going to tell it to you, because you'll Google him. I'm not going to. Or should I? Because he coming. It's a done deal. Should I just tell y'all who it is? Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if I'm trying to think. How can I say this? See if you guys can guess. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, so let me think. Okay, so he's an actor. Okay, got that? All right. He has been in major motion pictures. He has been in major iconic miniseries on television. Well, one in particular. He was in a iconic miniseries. No, is that called a miniseries? Yeah, miniseries. He was in an iconic black miniseries that comes on every single year on VH1. Okay, that's a big hint. That's a huge hint right there. Okay, he was the star of that miniseries. Well, yeah, he was the star. He was the star of the miniseries. One of the stars, but he had the lead role. Okay. He has been on many television shows. Okay. All right. That's it. That's all I can say. I guess he's yeah. So Black Swan says LeVar. Who's LeVar? It's not LeVar, but who is LeVar? Who LeVar be? LeVar Burton? Kunta Kinte? Is that who you was talking about, Black Swan? Girl, I know you ain't talking about no LeVar. I mean, that would be great, right? That would be good. I was tripping. Why laugh? But LeVar Burton is he's a staple in Black cinema. So why am I tripping? He's also a staple in what was the name of the Reading Rainbow? Okay, in reading stores everywhere. He is a staple in both places. He's a staple in movies pertaining to African slaves. I like him too. He seems like a nice guy. But no, I don't personally know LeVar Burton. No. Okay. LeVar Burton's much older than me. So I don't even know if I would ever bump into him anywhere, but it's possible. Nope, not LeVar. Let's see. Does his name begin with, first of all, is who in here? Because some of y'all like Sarkonos. Did I see my Sarkonos came in here talking about John Amos? No, it ain't John Amos. I didn't say sitcom. Well, no. Okay. The person was not in Roots, y'all. Okay. The person, here's another hint. The person I'm inviting is not old enough to be in Roots unless he was going to be a kid, playing a kid slave or something. Okay. So he's not there. He's not in that. Okay, who else, y'all? Sarkonos is good at guessing. Is Adore Me's not in here. She might even know the damn person, knowing Adore Me. She always trying to guess something and be knowing. There's Adore Me. Do you know who I'm interviewing on Monday or Tuesday, whatever day that is gonna be? Who is it? JJ, not JJ Whitecroft. Y'all are a mess. No. He was, let me think. Has he ever been on a sitcom? I mean, he may have been on a sitcom. I don't know. Let me look. I don't think he's been, well, he probably has been on a sitcom. It's a good chance. No, not Mike. Oh, no. You think of Omar Epps? Who you think? What Epps? Omar? Or no Epps. No Epps. But I'm just curious. Which one were you thinking about? Omar Epps? Probably. Don't be laughing, Adore Me. You probably know. Who am I? You tell me. Who am I interviewing on Monday, Adore Me? You be knowing everything. Girl. I wish. Baby. Grace K, I would be no good. Hell, if I could. No, I wish. Okay, you meant Omar? Yeah, no, not Omar. None of the Epps people. What's the clues again? I was distracted. Okay, here are the clues. The clues are he's done major motion picture. He's also done he's done the big screen and the small screen. On television, he has done a iconic, okay? This is the real clue. If you just pay attention to this clue and you just hone in on this, you might be able to figure it out. Yes. So Miss D heard me. So this is the big. He starred in a major miniseries, one of those movies. Well, I guess that's considered like a miniseries. One of those VH1 miniseries-ish movies. In fact, is that who made the movie? I don't think so, but they play it every single year, and I watch it every single year, and I own it. But if it comes on, just like if Color Purple come on and I'm turning the channel, I can't turn it no more. I got to sit there and watch the Color Purple. When this movie comes on, I gotta watch it. I will be honest with you. I have watched this movie so many times that I'm at the point now where I forget that I know him. Okay? I literally put him aside in my mind and I'm looking at the characters, you know? Sarkonos. No, it is not Leon. Is he under or over 50? He is over 50, but I think he's only 51. I think he's 51. Y'all, let's see. Okay, let me go back up a little bit. Some people came in. No Ice Cube. Answered that. Hi, Claire Monet. I answered your question, but didn't say hi to you. Hi, Claire Monet. Want to make sure I just didn't miss anybody else who was speaking. Jordana said Malik Yoba. No, it is not Malik Yoba. It is not. Petty Blue said The Wiz. No, not The Wiz. Not The Wiz, because The Wiz is not a miniseries. Hint, hint. The Wiz is not a miniseries. It is not Leon. Nope, it is not Leon. No, it is not Ice-T. What miniseries was Ice-T in? Nope. No Ice Cube. Yeah, Ice Cube. That would be a good interview because I got some questions for him. Where you fooling? What's this say? 21. Who that? 21 J up. Who that? What's that? I can't tell you what role he played. I just said he starred in. Okay, so. See, Sarkonos, you know what? I don't know that Sarkonos and Adore Me should be included in such activities anymore. They are always guessing-ish. Okay? So I was about to get, and I was kind of saying some things that I know Sarkonos picks up on stuff. I was saying, no, Leon is not it. And then I said, no, it's not Malik Yoba. And then I see Charles Malik. Yes, That is who's coming to the channel. Charles Malik Whitfield. And if you don't know who that is, let me see if I can pull up a picture. Hold on. That's my friend. Y'all would be surprised at all the shit this man has done. And actually, there's so many pictures out here. I'm just going to share my screen and show you the whole damn thing of images on Google, because he's been in that much crap. Don't want to do that. Oh yeah, no, I could do that. Okay, so this is Charles Malik Whitfield. So many pictures of him. He's been in so many things. He's been, and we can look at his resume, but one of the most recent major shows that, well, no, I should say that, because he's been on Chicago, was it Chicago Fire or Chicago Med? One of them he was in. I think he had like a recurring role on that. He was on that show, what's that show that used to come on? He does not age. He doesn't look the same as when he was in the Temptations. So the hint that I was trying to give you guys, yeah, If Loving You Is Wrong. And that just ended. And he was one of the main stars in that and maintained his character throughout, which I love. What was I going to say? So let me go back to the hints I was giving. So I was talking about a major movie, or, well, major mini series that I said airs every year. And a mini series is something like that comes out. It's like a movie that maybe plays over multiple days, maybe. He was in The Temptations, and he played the part of Otis, who was the founding member of The Temptations. And yeah, so Malik is, when I tell you, let me tell you something about people like Malik. And he goes by Charles Malik Whitfield, but you know, for the most part, he goes by Malik. So he's 49. I don't think he's 49. I think he's 51. I think so. Yes, Chicago Med. He was the main nurse husband. Okay. And see, I didn't watch him on there, but I knew he was on there. He's been in so many things, but The Temptations is probably what most people know him as. Oh, he's 50. Okay. Most people know him from that. And but the truth is, someone like him, like, here's the thing, there are major stars, people who or major movie stars that you know by name. They probably don't work as often as this guy. Malik is what you would call like a character actor. You know, he's somebody, they'll pull him in, like he's been on so many different like dramas on television where they pull him in for this character, or maybe he's, you know, a very special character in a movie, you know. But I agree. Look, he is one of the most professional people I know in the business. I mean, he's, in my mind, he may be, as far as who I know personally, okay, I consider him to be probably one of the most successful that I personally know. And he may not make or earn the exact same as like a Denzel or somebody, but he's working all the time. He makes good bread, okay? And he's very innovative. He's a great actor. He can do comedy. He can do drama, obviously. You've seen him in commercials. We'll talk about that and his commercial experience. You guys know that Cheerios commercial that got into a whole lot of hoopla. This was back around the Trayvon Martin stuff. I remember it distinctly. He got this Cheerios commercial where he played the father. It was a biracial couple, and they were the parents, or interracial couple. I'm sorry, interracial couple, and they were the parents of this biracial child. And there was this whole uproar about that commercial. Cheerios got slammed by so many assholes, put it lightly, so many jerks in the world who were really coming down hard on them about casting that commercial the way they did. So what did Cheerios do? They doubled down and I think booked him for 2 more commercials where it was just him and the kid, and so they kept it up. They didn't give up just because some of the public were really rude. They really stayed strong to it. And now if you look at a lot of these commercials, you're seeing everything. You're seeing same-sex couples, you're seeing interracial couples, you're seeing everything. And that kind of paved the way. So again, he was a part of that. He has obviously worked for Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And, this man has worked with Oscar winners. And I mean, this dude is everything. And Denzel is one of his mentors as well. He knows everybody in the business, and everybody in the business knows him. Charles Malik Woodville is not to be messed with. That's all I got to say. I love me some Malik. That's my friend for real. Like for real. So he, to me, he is the reason why I said around what his age was is because, one, I know I'm older than him, but in many times in my life, about this when he comes on, he has been a big brother to me, even though he's the little brother. He has been, a motivator, a mentor. He's a good guy. He's very smart. And he has a story. And I'm not even going to tease it right now. All I'm going to say is he got a story. We're going to talk about his story. And then we'll probably just kind of share with you what he and I are working on. So he'll be here Monday or Tuesday. Now, I was really trying to save him because in a minute I'm about to all my good entertainer friends in a hot second here. So I was gonna stretch him out, but I was talking to him. I accidentally butt dialed him twice, and he's like, "Val, call me back." Like, what's going on? Why don't you call me back? And the other day I did it when I was going to the doctor, to the hospital, really. And so I couldn't call him back right away. So he's calling me like, what's going on? Is everything okay? That kind of thing. Yes, sir, Colonels. Yes. Okay. Yes. He is from the Bronx. Yeah. So he knows. Yeah. He knows everybody. Everybody. Yeah. So, yeah. Wait a minute. What'd you say? Wait until I tell my hubby that Lucian is going to be on here. Yes, Lucian. So did y'all watch? I didn't watch the last season. See, I'm back. This is what I've noticed about myself recently. I've just noticed this in this last year. I have avoided watching things that I knew was ending because I'm not ready for it to end. Not because that show was great, but simply because that show it had gotten better, it had good points, and my friend was in it, and he was the best part to me. Now, I know that because he's my friend, I might be biased. I'm not going to lie. But he was the best part. He was the best actor on there, and the woman that played his girlfriend was the best actress, period. Am I lying, Sarkonos? Were they not the 2 best actors on the damn show, and they played each other's partners? You didn't watch it either? Okay, I didn't watch it either. So I'm going to watch it, though. I probably should watch it. I ain't going to be able to watch it before he come on, but I might try. But you know, he be having Tyler Perry has long ass seasons. He don't have like 10 episodes. They be like 20 episodes. I gotta have time. So yes, I think you're gonna like it. I think you guys think my Cinda. Oh, guess what? I introduced him to Cinda. I felt good. Like, look, when I'm introducing Hollywood stars to each other, I'm doing something. I introduced 2 comedians on my doggone channel. Hello. So anyway, hey Londo. Yes, girl. What you say? You ain't lying, but what happened to you? Oh, no, we can't ask. Oh, wait, did Joey disappear and never turn back around? Joey went to jail, didn't he? Yeah, we'll have to ask him. No, he might tell, but here's the thing. So, and he might talk about this. So with Tyler Perry, so here's the thing. When Tyler Perry films, see, this is the thing, guys. Next time somebody is out here talking about they're going to put on a show, excuse me, and people have questions about how shows work and how you can sell a show and that kind of, look, I don't know all of the details, but I know a lot of details about this business, okay? And people like him keep me on game. People like him, people like Alvin Chia of Take 6, people like another good friend of mine is going to be coming on as well. He does ships right now. He's doing a lot of ship tours and stuff. So I don't know even if he's around, but his name is Ralph Harris. Ralph Harris is a comedian, and he's been on a lot of stuff. People like that keep me up on game. Hey, Kimmy Cloud Kimmy Cloud chasing with ops. V, did you work in the music industry? I did not work in the music industry exactly. No. Well, what do you call working in the industry? That would depend. How do you call it? What do you call working in the industry? Tell me that, Kimmy. Give me a couple examples of what is working in the industry by the standards in which you are asking the question. And then I can honestly give you an answer. And because I don't want to lie. I didn't work in, not really. Not exactly. A&R, no. I've never done A&R. You know what though? I have always thought that I could be an A&R rep. I really feel like I know how to spot talent. I also feel like I know what it takes to develop certain talent. It doesn't mean I would do it all, but as an A&R person, you aren't necessarily doing it all, but you know what professionals to pull in. I believe I could be something like that. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen to a lot of these labels now that so many artists are, if they're not, yes, I know. And that's my fault. And that's partially because of that other stuff that's been going on, Sarkonos, that we talked about in Members Only. That's part of the reason a lot of this stuff hasn't transpired before now. So that's really what's going on. But yes, I've always thought that I could be someone who could develop talent. And I don't know. Oh, but what I was saying was now that these major labels, so many artists now are trying to go independent, are independent. A lot of these labels, I just don't even know that there's a huge benefit to them. So I don't even know what will become of A&R reps and stuff. I think that there could and should be like A&R consultants for independent artists, because I think that there's so much to be gained by the grooming that comes from artist development, I should say, like the PR piece, the dancing, the singing, the vocalists, or the vocal coaches, people like that. There's so many aspects to developing an artist. Hey, Jessica B. So I just think with everything changing, maybe that's what A&R artists could do. I have often thought about doing trying to do like image consulting in that same way, but I don't know. I've done it on a small, teeny, tiny, itsy bitsy scale, but not really. So when you asked about whether or not I've worked in the business, this is what I will say. I have been in a position well, for one, I've worked in marketing before. So there were times when, we might have to hire artists for whatever reason. But two, as a business owner, I have put on events, and some folks I have met just simply by hiring them. So I'll be honest, that's how I met Malik. I hired him to teach because he's an acting coach, and I hired him because I was a part of a drama ministry at the time. And we were ready to take our skill set to the next level. And I've done just like community-based drama, theater, and I've done like, local commercials. I've done training videos, where you actually have actors in the training videos kind of thing. I've done that. And back in the day, like back in the day, all my life, I've sort of been involved with performing arts, whether that was me singing or doing something, theater here and there, that kind of thing. So I'm drawn to it. And so I actually, as a speaker and a trainer, I incorporate some of those things because I feel like they all kind of go well together. And if you understand acting, then you understand how to tell a story. So I got interested in the acting piece mainly because that's how storytelling is done, right? And I've been a speaker for 20 plus years and have been a professional speaker for that entire time. I used to be a part of this speakers bureau through monster.com, and we had like 200 speakers. At one point, that was the largest speaking bureau in the country. And most of those folks out of the 200, I would bet that 50 to 60% of them were actors. They were either actors, radio personalities, some were actual news anchors, some were singers. Even a singer has to understand how to tell the story of the song, right? And how to relate to the audience, how to give eye contact, how to read the audience. And so those aspects have those techniques, I should say, have been very helpful for me when I'm speaking, no matter what I'm doing. What'd you say, Jessica B? I love the arts, so many fields. I have an improv show tomorrow. Oh, do you? You do comedy? Or yeah, you do comedy? You do improvisation comedy? That's cool. And look, I am a comedy whore. I'm just not whore in the sense that I'm just out here sleeping with comedians. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I love groupie. That still doesn't sound good, huh? I love comedy. Okay, let me just shit. These are not the words I want associated with me, nor do they apply. But no, I love comedy, and because as a speaker, to be quite honest, I see comedians in particular. They have to understand timing. They have to read a room. They have to be quick on their feet. All that stuff is so key. I feel the same way about with a singer can learn something from a comedian. An actor can learn something from a comedian. Comedians learn from actors. It all that stuff ties together. And then I never thought about it until I was watching America's Next Top Model, that even modeling sort of falls into that performance piece, because they have to get in character a lot of times. It's not just about a pretty picture, right? Tyra kind of taught us that you got to think about what it is you're trying to project, and you got to have it in your head because it's going to show up on your face. It's like a lot, you know? So anyway, I love learning from people who I admire and that are the best, are really good at what they do. Malik Yoba. See, now y'all got me calling the man Malik Yoba. He's not Malik Yoba. Malik Whitfield is one of those people. Alvin Chia that I brought on here, that is somebody else who I actually do admire. Like before, I'll be honest, sometimes before I'm making a big decision or something, or something's been presented to me, or somebody, I will call one of these people and be like, hey, you know this person? What do you think about this deal? Should I take it like this? Should I do it like this? You know, I trust them. So, yeah. What'd you say? Let me go back. I love something feels Okay, I get now where you're coming. Yeah, and so I used to sing in this little group too. That's long. Well, sang in a couple. But this was 100 years ago. Haven't sang in 30 years, literally. Like right after I had my baby, I stopped singing. Literally. I like your platform. Glad you became. Oh, thank you. Me too. Thank you. I'm glad I became a CC too. And I could kick myself sometimes. Like, why did you wait? Why did you wait so long? But honestly, you guys, because I felt like I wanted, and it's still, my platform is not at all what I want it to be. It's nowhere near it. And I haven't put the time and the energy, nor do I have a lot of that to give it the way I would like to give it. But I was in my head because as a performer, because even with being a trainer, I consider myself a performer. Okay. I get in a mind frame. It's showtime, baby. When I'm training, it's showtime. So for me, I wanted this to be right. Like one thing about this platform, it encompasses every experience I've had, and it allows me to pull in a lot of my friends who have really been influential in my growth and development. So when I think about this platform, it allows me to be the speaker and the trainer that I am. I still have to read the room, right? As much as you can. I still have to think about timing. I have to be quick on my feet. You know, all of those things are necessary. And I get to pull in some of the experts of my life and bring them here. So I don't know, outside of the fact that I thought it needed to be perfect, not that I ever see anybody out here being perfect, because we're not perfect. But in my head, I thought it has to be great. And then I thought it has to be great, or I can't have these people that I know on my platform because I'm not there yet, or I don't have enough subscribers. And how do I gain the subscribers so that I can make it worth their while? But do you know that none of these folks that I've invited asked me how many subscribers I have, or how many people going to be in the chat, or they have not asked, nor have they cared. And they probably would not have asked or cared had I asked them 2 years ago. I just sat here for nothing. So anyway, I told my husband that I was only going to speak in my newscaster voice from now on. I've been studying and practicing. Back to you, V. I love it. I love it. Wait a minute. What? I'm definitely doing comedy. What? Wait, is this your first time, Jessica? Or is this what you do? What? Girl, where you live? Well, I've heard you speak, and you have a Southern accent, so I'm guessing you're in the South. Did I hear? Wait, girl, I know you ain't in Atlanta. You ain't in Atlanta, are you? Because, honey, I will send somebody. I will find out where you are. Girl, I know too many comedians down there. You know, I done had them on my well, you probably haven't seen them. But, girl, where you at? Where you at? Let's see. What you say? I ain't trying to hear that. You can probably no. I'm not a blower. Trust me. Honestly, one I don't blow. I can hold a note. I have sang, but I would never. I don't even know. Because honestly, I know some folks that can blow. I would never. I would never put that on me. But thank you. Yeah, it does take time, and I kept thinking to myself, I gotta be here before I ask these folks to be on my thing, and I gotta have it laid out. And honestly, y'all, that's why I don't go live a lot of times, because I'm like, you don't have your show idea flushed out from top to bottom. You don't even have any notes. Like today, like, I don't know, every time I come out here and I really don't have anything to talk about, I'm always surprised that I look up and, like, right now I'm at 56 minutes. And who'd have thought that? I never would have thought that. That's crazy. What'd you say? My very first time doing improv with others, I lived in Atlanta for 30 years. Oh, okay. Did you? Oh, are you in Louisiana? Wait a minute. Well, then you were there when I was there. I lived there for about 6 years. Sure did. That's too much. And Jessica, I've been trying my best to get back down there. But now all my friends down there say, don't, girl, you don't want to come down here. It's too many people. You don't want to do it. It ain't like it used to be. And you, obviously, it sounds like you grew up there. For the most part, it sounds like you really grew up there. Then you know it has changed a lot. I haven't been down there in about 10 years. And I can't, well, I do know why, but I it's dumb because that's one of my favorite places. And I think that's why I haven't gone, is because I love it so much that it hurts me that I'm not there. Actually, the last time I was there, I got kind of depressed that I had to leave again. And here's the thing, the reason why I left Atlanta was it was my choice, but it wasn't my choice. I was going through a divorce, and it just was the simplest thing to do was to move home. And I always moved home with the intention of coming back, like come home, get settled, get your mind right, and then go back. And I just didn't get back. And I tried to go back a couple of times. And here's the thing, I was going through a divorce, right? And then my husband and I got back together. So the divorce got canceled. We got back together, and then we both moved to Wisconsin, child. And that was the death of the relationship, child, because I couldn't do it. Ugh. I hated it. And I was right outside Milwaukee. I hated it, y'all. Ugh. It was horrid. What'd you say? You don't? Wow. Well, you know what? And that's kind of, my best friend lives down there still. So, and she's the main one, like, don't do it. Don't come back. You don't want to live here. We should move somewhere, because she trying to move. Her oldest son just graduated high school, and she's got a younger son. I think he's in the 4th grade. So she's like, ooh, and she doesn't want to, she can't leave really until he's out of high school. And she's like, ooh, I just want him to get out of high school so I can leave too. And so we've talked about going to Charlotte, but they said Charlotte is growing so fast, it's turning into another Atlanta, which is my draw to Charlotte. It's because it's beautiful. A lot of Black folks. See, I love the fact. I'm going to tell y'all, when I moved to Atlanta, I moved to Atlanta. It was about, my son was 2. And I knew that I wanted to go somewhere where I could pursue, because at this time I really was trying to pursue a music career. But what I'm going to tell you is this: the music industry, as y'all know, just like the entertainment industry as a whole, now that is Sodom and Gomorrah. And I have been, oh my God. Hold on one second. I'll come back. I just saw something. Jessica, girl, I want you to just be quiet and stop talking in my chat, because let me tell you something about. So why my ex-husband live in Austin now, girl? And mind you, we are the best of friends. Literally, we are very tight. And he has even said, you should move to Austin. I'm telling you, you would love Austin. But see, I ain't going to Austin. I ain't going down damn Austin. Do you know how many times me and this man, and I ain't trying to be with him, but girl, when I tell you me and this man have gotten back, we done got together, we done made up, to break up, to make up, to break up. We've gotten back and forth together at least 5-6 times, at a minimum. Okay, I ain't going down there. No, child. Now I might go to Texas though, but yeah, I kind of feel like I'm built for the South, although my son is in LA. So it's like, I guess I'll be moving to Sodom and Gomorrah if he has some kids, child. So this is what I was going to say. So my son was 2. And at that time, I was thinking I wanted to pursue a music career. And I wanted to go somewhere, though, because I knew who I was. I know who I am and who I am not. And I was kind of sheltered, as a kid. And now I'm glad in some ways, not sheltered to the point where I didn't have any experiences, but my parents were very protective and very conscious of what I should be doing and who I should be around and that sort of thing. So they kept me busy. I grew up in church. And, my heart just never settled well with certain activities. I've never been one that did drugs. I just wasn't a hoe. I just wasn't. There were times when I thought, okay, maybe you should take this opportunity to get your hoe card. I can't even do it, right? So if I can't be a hoe for my own purposes, I certainly can't be one for the industry. And what I found was, when I was trying to figure out how was I gonna pursue this career, but be mindful of the fact that now I'm a single mom, because I wasn't with my son's father at this time, and I knew that I wanted to still pursue my dreams, and I needed to do it in an environment that was going to be conducive of me being a single parent and being able to give him as much of the type of lifestyle that I grew up with family and, going to a good school and living in a decent, safe neighborhood, that kind of thing. So when I got to Atlanta, let me go back. So I decided, okay, well, I didn't want to go to New York because I felt like New York was too fast. At this time now, I loved New York, but I didn't want to live there. I didn't feel like I was built for it. And I wasn't built for LA. I wasn't built for Vegas. And for the most part, that was where you could go. And then Atlanta started becoming Black music capital. And all these labels start popping up for Black music in the Atlanta area, right? Nashville was an option too, but I didn't want to go to Nashville. There were a couple reasons why I didn't want to go to Nashville, but in my mind, that wasn't I didn't want to become a gospel singer and I didn't want to become a country singer. So in my mind, it didn't make sense to go to Nashville. I didn't want to go to Vegas, New York, or Cali because of my son. And at that time, my son's father lives in Cali now, but he wasn't living there then. So I was like, I don't want to go there. Maybe I should go to Atlanta. It's Black. I look Black. I'm all Black. Let's go there. So I remember going on a trip, like a weekend trip to Atlanta. to see if, okay, is this really where I want to go? And at the time I was working part-time. I was going to college and I was working part-time at a bank. And one of the girls from the bank was like, well, I'll go with you if you want to go for a weekend. And I was like, cool. So we drove down to Atlanta. And when I tell you, now mind you, I told y'all in previous lives, my dad's from Georgia, my mom's from Alabama, but I spent every single summer in Georgia, and I spent my spring breaks in Georgia, but not in Atlanta. This was in a very country, rural town where my dad grew up. So I would go there. And of course, I saw mostly Black people, but of course, this is a small town and I'm around mostly Black people. So whatever. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, where it's majority white folks. Okay. When you see a Black person, you smile, y'all making eye contact, y'all haven't seen each other. It's that kind of vibe. So I get to Atlanta. Baby. Now, that wasn't my first time going, but it was my first time looking at it through the lens of I'm a grown adult. I'll be able to do what I want. I'm going here to pursue my dreams. I'm moving to Atlanta. And I get down there. And when I saw all those Black people, it was hard to find a white person. Okay. Now, mind you, I didn't realize at the time. Now, I did get a hotel in Decatur. And that the only reason why I stayed in Decatur that weekend was because I had a cousin that lived in Decatur. And I knew Decatur, if I needed something, I was going to be able to call my cousin, right? So we would go to Atlanta to see her. But this was different. And I get down there, we get to the hotel. Now, mind you, in Decatur, it's definitely all Black. But all these Black people had BMWs and Mercedes, and they looked young. They were my age. And I was like, what? Everybody got money. Everybody's Black and beautiful. This is the bomb. Then you get downtown, and I remember at noon seeing just tons of people walking the streets of Atlanta. And it was mostly Black folks just walking with suits on, with briefcases. It wasn't like anything I'd ever seen in my town. It wasn't like anything I'd ever seen on television or in the movies. But it was in Atlanta. Honey, that was Wakanda before there was a Wakanda. Honey, that was Wakanda to me. I was moving. It was done. When I saw that, I knew I was going. And I went, I saw where LaFace Records was. I knew where all the places where I was going to need to go and network. Because girl, I'm going to network. I would make sure I knew where all the sites were, and I figured it out. And 6 months later, I moved to Atlanta. Show did, child. Show did. And I lived downtown my first 2 years. And then the Olympics came, and because they came, when I tell you my rent went from $750 a month to $1,500, like it was like, okay, it's $750. This was back in, child, this was back in the early 90s, okay? And I was paying $750 a month, and it was going from $750 to $1,500, like the very next leasing term. And I was like, well, obviously I can't afford that. Honey, I was only making about $7 an hour at the time. No, actually, by that time I had gotten another job and was working at the hotel I worked at part-time. So I was working 2 jobs at that point, but I was like, I can't afford this even with 2 jobs. I'd just be working to live. And wouldn't be able to eat or go nowhere, see nobody, wear no clothes. I'd be butt ass naked at the crib all the time because I wouldn't have no money and I'd be hungry. Okay. So I was like, I got to move to Riverdale. And yeah, so I moved to Riverdale for 2 years and then got married to that dude. And we moved over there off Cascade, child, 285. But that's my life story, y'all. Yes, Claire. It is. Music industry was fun to work in, but shady. Honey, shady, Grady. Every man. Here was the thing. I would go on auditions and stuff. Now, nobody, they never made me do anything. Like, I was never in a situation where I was harmed. But I was definitely groped and had to deal with that shit and would have to check people and was put in positions where I felt like, okay, I'm not going to sleep with this dude, but he wants to take me to dinner. So now I got to go to dinner with somebody I don't really want to go to dinner with. It just made me feel like it was, I just was not going to prostitute myself. And I'll put it this way. I wasn't going to prostitute myself like that. Because to be honest, I think we all prostitute ourselves some sort of way. But I felt like I was always being compromised. Like somebody was always coming with the I can do this for you kind of if you do this for me shit. And I can't do this for you. I can't do it. Okay. So I just realized that at that point I was like, I can't do this. But I don't regret any of it because I feel like it was always a setup for what I do now. It was always a setup because even now the plans that I have for the future, the types of productions that I want to develop and to produce rather, I want to do stage plays, but I want to do something that incorporates motivation, music, just the performing arts in general. And but I'm a talker, so I'm supposed to be a speaker. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. So what you say now? Hotlanta. That thing had showed it, girl. When I tell you, now I'll be honest. It's funny. I was saying to one of my girlfriends the other day. I was like, "Girl, we wasn't making no money back in the day. We weren't making no money. But when I tell you, we were eating at the finest restaurants. Now, mind you, sometimes those. Look, I worked at a hotel. One of my other girlfriends, I worked at the Marriott Marquis. Okay, look, Jessica, I worked at the Marriott Marquis in Atlanta, child. And my good girlfriend worked at the Hyatt Regency, which was across the street, right? And she was a concierge. I was a front desk associate. As a concierge, she would sometimes have to work in the concierge lounge. Honey, back then, I was only making $7.50 an hour. Now, mind you, I would go there and I would eat at least one meal. Like I'd go there. If I was working second shift, I would go early and you could eat in, there was a special cafeteria, right? Now, mind you, they barely charged you anything for a meal, but you could get like a meat, 2 sides, something to drink, and maybe even some fruit, something like that, salad for like, honest to God, y'all, for like $2.50. All of that. And I think they were just charging it to cut costs, but they were really feeding the staff. So you could do that. I didn't need cash for it. I could put it on my ID and they just took it out my check. So I would go sometimes and eat before I get to work, in my hotel where I worked. But sometimes if I didn't want to eat what they had in the, in the cafeteria, I would call my girlfriend and be like, "Hey girl, what y'all got at the concierge lounge?" And she'd be like, "Girl, they got this shrimp over here today. They got these bacon wrapped shrimp." Honey, I go over there, in the concierge lounge. I don't know if y'all have ever been to a lounge. You better go because they feed them folks every day, like a full blown dinner. It's like heavy, hot hors d'oeuvres. That would be a meal, honey. So we would make do for that. Then, we might go to the club, and the club was going to have a full blown buffet, for free. Be ladies, don't let it be ladies' night, because the ladies could get in free. Then you would eat the food for free, and then the men would buy your drinks. Girl, I was living the life. I was then being at the hotel. I was meeting all kinds of entertainers. Some of these entertainers, well, not any of the ones that I've mentioned thus far, but DL Hughley, I met working at the Marriott Marquis. I was working at the Marriott Marquis. He came in as a guest. He was very nice, well, he did flirt, but he was, for the most part, a gentleman. And he slid me some tickets, and we became friends from there. A lot of people I met that way. Honestly, at least I can name a handful of people that I met that were frequent guests at the hotel, that got to know me, that would ask for me, and then we became friends. And then, some came from, being in the business, getting to know people that way. And then later on, just me hiring people came that way. So I don't know all of these people one way. I know them different ways. And yeah, so that's that. What'd you say, Sarkanos? Wait, well, hold on, wait a minute. What'd you say? You speak in all my cities? Oh, yeah. I'm a native New Yorker, but I belong on the West Coast. So wait a minute, you going to Orange County? I saw you say something, Sarkanos. When you trying to go to Orange County? We can go. Because, look, my son, I don't know what county. I think he lives in LA County. I don't know. Don't give me the line. But yeah. And let me not give cities. These people out here are trick. But I think he wants to move out to I don't know how to describe it. But hey, as long as I'm in LA, I'm good. If he's out there doing all of that. What'd you say? It was like the Boomerang movie. What was like the Boomerang movie? What was like Boomerang? Oh, with the black people. Yes, doing well. They were all affluent, dressed fly, looking good. Just it was inspiring. I was like, I'm never moving. And then, what's so funny? So we had, how we're always out here talking about whether or not these folks are, these Latinas are black. Well, one of my best friends in the world is Dominican, and she's the one who really kind of schooled me on Dominican, their lineage and all of that. And long story short, she's from New York. But when I moved to Atlanta, we met here in Columbus because actually we ended up going to Ohio State University together. And she moved here and was dating a good friend of mine. And so he introduced us, and she and I we've been tight ever since. So she's Dominican. And when I moved to Atlanta, she came to visit. And she would come and she would be like, yeah, Val, I know why you're here. Because y'all, I tell people this all the time. I don't know why YouTube, I guess y'all just don't know me yet. But baby, I may be lightly melanated. Chick right here is hella blickety blackety black. So coming to Atlanta, being in Atlanta was just like dream world. So fast forward, she moved to Miami, and she was like describing, because I was like, oh, I want you to go to Miami, that's too far. But now that she's in Miami, she's like, girl, she's like, this is my Atlanta. And I was like, I get it. Say no more, sis. Say no more. I got you. So yeah, child. Girl, Freaknik. You mentioned the Olympics, girl. The HBCUs, girl. Don't forget about the Super Bowl. Don't forget about what was the one thing, Jack? I know you know. Not Papa Jack. That's something here. You know that conference that used to come every year. It was a black like rap hip hop conference. Something Jack. It was something Jack. Jessica, you know what I'm talking about? Anybody in here from Atlanta or used to go to Atlanta? All of that, girl. It was always something popping. And because it was always something popping, anybody stayed at the Marquee or they stayed downtown. At this time, they stayed downtown. They would stay in Buckhead too, but mostly these folks stayed downtown like the athletes did because the football teams, well, I think the football teams really stayed over at the Omni, but the basketball teams and a lot of the baseball teams would stay at the Marriott. They had contracts there. And then when the Super Bowl came, the Super Bowl hub hotel was the Marriott. Then when the Olympics came, the Marriott was the hub for the Olympics. When I tell you, I have seen I have seen every star you can think of. Michael Jordan. I've seen everybody has come through there. Everybody. A mess. What you say, Claire? Enjoyed being town. Yeah. So Claire, what you sing, Claire? Claire, do you sing? You already told on yourself. You've been in the business. Do I need to interview you, man? Mm-hmm. I may not want to interview Jay Wilson, but I might want to interview you. I want to know. No. Yeah, the Marriott had good food. And at the end of the day, the same folks that are cooking the foods in the restaurants and for room service are cooking it in our cafeteria, honey, for $2.50. Child, that was a dream right there. You would do so well in the industry, image consulting. I would love to do that, actually. You're doing the right thing, producing your own productions. Your voice is the fountain. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, don't listen. Because, no. Look, that happy birthday, when I was singing that happy birthday that morning, I hope not the Ron P one. Because when I sang that morning, it was 7 a.m. I hadn't even spoken. It wasn't until I was singing that I was like, oh, child, what was you thinking? You know these people. Thank you, Coupon Therapy. Oh, what's on my bucket list? Vacation. What's my bucket list vacation? To go to South Africa, to go to Dubai, and to go to Istanbul. I really want to go to those 3 places. I've been told that Istanbul is the best city in the entire world. That's what they say. They say there's no city like Istanbul. It is the best of the best. But then I started hearing that, well, Dubai is getting even better and better. And then I was learning about how progressive, a lot of the women are in Dubai. I was like, I want to go there. Maybe I would go and live there. I've even considered going there for a couple of years to live. But I feel like it's my dream to potentially, here I am planning to live somewhere I've never been, but I do think I might want to go live in Africa for a while, especially South Africa, I think. Yes, baby. Hey, Tweety, lightly melanated, but I'm blickety blackety black, baby. Don't ever get it twisted up in here, okay? Don't ever trip. Love me some dark-skinned men, too. My husband, Izzy, I like him. Mind you, though, my ex-husband was not chocolate. I don't know how that happened, child. I don't know how that happened. I love that man's dirty drawers, too. Child. And he ain't even chocolate. Now, he ain't light-skinned, but he ain't chocolate. I should have known then it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to last. He was fast. I used to go and work that conference. Did you know what I'm talking about? Did you say what it was in there? The Jack the Rapper. Thank you. Thank you, newborn. Thank you, Jack the. I knew I wasn't sure. I said it's got something to do with rap music, and Jack is. Yes, Jack the Rapper. Off the chain. They would be at the marquee. When I tell you, for events like that, when I tell you, it would be like the lobby of that hotel. You wouldn't, it would be shoulder to shoulder. It would be stacked packed, y'all, for all of those events. When I tell you it was the bomb, and I'm gonna tell you something else that was the bomb. This is it would almost make me cry. The first time I saw it, I was like, this is it. I'm moving here. So my cousin, remember I told you I had a cousin that lived in Atlanta and she lived in Decatur, but I didn't tell her I was moving there. She used to be, so get this. So she used to be, well, no, she's older. She used to be a flight attendant for Delta. And she had done that for years. And somebody, Mr. Marriott, used to come. I think it was Mr. Marriott or someone from the Marriott. But the rumor is, this is the family's story. So I'm gonna tell the family story. I don't know how true it is, y'all. But they say that, and I should just ask her if it was Mr. Marriott or not. But the Marriott, somebody from the Marriott would come and fly with her pretty often, and they liked her and they thought she was so professional. And they offered her a job, and she became director of HR at a property. I'll put it that way. Then they hired her to start traveling around and opening properties. So whenever they would open a property, she would go and set up HR and do all that, right? And then when they set up the Marriott Marquis, they hired her to open up the Marquis. So I knew, now she was no longer at the Marquis. In fact, she had been long gone from there by the time I even moved to Atlanta. But I knew she had worked there. I knew she worked for the Marriott. Now, here's the other thing. I'm always very strategic. I'm always thinking ahead about, okay, how I always think with the end in mind. And I tell people to do that. When you are setting a goal for yourself, think of the end and then work your way back, right? So at the time, I knew I wanted to be a singer, right? So I researched, where do the celebrities, where can I go and be seen? Okay, I wanted to go where I can bump into, rub elbows with, be seen by the right people. And I started looking at what hotels are these people staying at. And the Marriott Marquis was the main one, because at that time it was like the newest one downtown. Okay. So I was like, I want to go work for the Marquis, but I didn't want to go and work any job. I needed to go work the job where I could be seen. Look, y'all can call that what you want to. I call it being smart. Okay. Being strategic. So I was like, I can only be a front desk associate or concierge. Those are my only two choices, because they're all in the front lobby. I'm going to get an understanding of who's coming and going. And so I had a goal that I was going to go work for the Marriott Marquis, and I was going to work at that front desk come hell or high water. I did not call my cousin. Now I could have, and she probably could have got me a job, or at least, well, in fact, I probably would have just gotten the job, because one of her very close friends, who I didn't know at the time, was the new director of HR at that property, right? But I applied, y'all. I went down there, and I be honest, I think I had less than $1,000 cash. But this was the 90s, and I felt like I could make that stretch a little bit, okay? I had I had gone and gotten accepted and applied to Georgia State University at the time. And Jessica or Claire or anybody else who knows Atlanta, y'all may or may not remember this, but Georgia State for the longest, they didn't have dorms. So, and I was transferring. I was going to be transferring from Ohio State to Georgia State. So I needed a place to live, but they had just bought this hotel, an old hotel that's right off of the freeway. It was on Capitol Avenue and like 20, right downtown. It was an old Holiday Inn or something that somebody had bought, and they turned it into dorm rooms for schools like Georgia State, community colleges, and whoever else who couldn't get into housing but needed housing. You could get housing here. And it was the perfect dorm room to me in my mind, because the dorm rooms that we had well, I didn't live in a dorm at Ohio State, but the dorm rooms that I saw at Ohio State, most of them didn't look like a hotel room. These were basically done hotel rooms with a bathroom inside. You didn't have all that back in the day with microwave, refrigerator. Child, I was like, this is the bomb for me to be a student and work my look. If I get a job, I'll have some extra money and I can buy a car and all that. So long story short, I got that room. I paid for it, and my housing, if you will, was paid up for, 6 months or 7 months. I had 7 or 9 months. I had 9 months, I think it was, where I could live in this space until I figured out something else. So that would give me time to save money, work my job, save money, get ready for an apartment or whatever. And that's what I did. And I went and I applied for the job at Marriott. They called me within like 2 or 3 days after I put the application in. They for an interview. They hired me a couple of days after that, and I was working within 2 weeks of coming down there. And when I saw, and this is what I was going to say, made me cry. Not really, but I mean, it made me very inspired. And people would stop and gag. They would all do this when they would come, especially celebrities. If you went to the Marriott Marquis, if you walk in there, and I haven't been in there in years, but I bet it's still the same. The front desk was so big. You could have, I've never seen a front desk this big, where there were 20, you could have 23 or 22 front desk clerks all at a station, right? When I tell you, when we would have those major events, we would have all those stations. Well, we would have that filled often, because there was always some convention, conference, something was going on, and they always needed a lot of people. But when I tell you, I would be sitting at that front, we'd be all standing at that front desk, and there'd be 24, 23 folks at that front desk, and all of us would be Black, and all of us would be young, and all of us, and I'm not trying to be vain or anything, but that was a good looking freaking front desk. And I remember stars would stop. Stars, celebrities would come through the hotel, and they would stop, and they would just look at us. They would just stop and look at us all standing there, and they'd be like, wow, this is the bomb. They would be like, this is the bomb, because where were you going to go see young Black folks looking good, doing their thing, being professional? It was just a beautiful thing. It was so inspiring to me. So I'm just saying. So, there you have it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay. What y'all over here talking about these different places? Oh, I see Jessica talking about dating dark-skinned men too. Google World Hotel in Malaysia. Google World Hotel in Malaysia. I stayed there, and they have front desk like that. Yep. At the time, it was like the largest hotel. Yes. Now, at the time that I worked at the Marriott Marquis, at that particular time, it was the largest hotel in the world. We had 1,400 and something rooms. It was amazing. No, we had 1,740 something rooms. It was crazy. And yeah. What you say, Jessica? I met several celebrities, but most memorable was Coretta Scott King. I'll tell you about one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I would love that. Now, I've never met Coretta Scott King, but I have met her horse son, who I had a huge crush on. We used to flirt. You know what? If, as a matter of fact, what's his name? You know I'm talking about, the baby. Anyway, he lived directly across. So I'm tell you where I used to live, y'all. Excuse me, Jessica. I used to live on Ralph McGill Boulevard. And I don't know what they're called now, but they used to be called the Ralph McGill. They were like, it was apartments, but it's like a high rise. And it was an older building. I think they have renovated it and everything, but it was an older building right there on Ralph McGill, like right past Cortland. And there was these other condos that were right across the street at the time. Not the, yeah, girl, you know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. You know I'm not lying. I would see him all the time. He would be blowing at me in the street. He'd be trying to holler, but it was just the kind of holler was not conducive to the Martin Luther the King's Jr. son to be hollering at me like that. It just felt wrong. But I did have a crush on him. He was fine now. He was fine back then in the day. Don't get it twisted. Yes. Okay. Wait. Something else I saw up here. Oh. Yeah. You said that. What else did I see? The travel stories. Yeah. I've Sarkanos, we might need to hear about some of your travels. You said you've been to Malaysia. You said you've been to Dubai. I think I saw that in the comments. Did you say you've been to Dubai twice? Good friend lived in Dubai and she worked for NCIS. Ooh. And I have tale to tell. Oh shoot. Ooh wee. Yeah, we might need to do some travel stories on here. Well, we're definitely gonna have the cruise kind of story. That'd be good. I think we'll get a lot out of that. That might be a long show because when I tell y'all the things, I can't believe I've been out here talking this long about, and I ain't had nothing to talk about. What's hereditary? Wait, what? What we talk? What's hereditary? Oh! Tweet. Stop talking about Martin Luther the King. Stop it. I mean, the man was under a lot of stress. Don't you think he needed to? Anyway. I'm about to go. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jessica. Actually, I'm about to get off here too, honey. I need to feed me. Oh, I did eat a piece of pizza earlier. I lost count on how many cruises. Oh, cool. So you can talk about what your experience has been too with cruising. And the fact that you've been on a lot says you must like it. I honestly wouldn't travel any other way if I could go to Cleveland, Ohio. If I could go to Cleveland, Ohio from Columbus, Ohio in a cruise ship, honey, there would be no other way for me to go. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That is tonight. Oh, it's about to come on, huh? Okay, well, I'm going to get off here because I can't even believe that my butt has been out here for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now that I cannot. Yes. I do have a couple of, I don't have a theme, but I've thought about, I got some ideas of things I want to talk about and or do. I will do my best to 6 p.m. That's 9 p.m. my time. So we got 45 minutes. What was I going to say? I've thought about seeing if there's some kind of way I could get somebody to like maybe call in like a special guest or something, and maybe have a special guest even come on for a little bit. I don't know, but I got a little time because mine's not to the end of the month. I got about a month away. That would be. You think so? I don't think so. You know, it's funny because I was looking at something and it must have been, I really wasn't looking at it, but evidently Mario and it's Omarion and Mario, right? Omarion against Mario. Is that right? That should be a short verse, is why you bullshitting. Is that what it is? Mario and Omarion? Well, you know what's going to happen. Omarion's going to end up singing a bunch of B2K songs too. Now, I don't know what Mario has to fall back on. He's got to just sing his own tunes, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when I think my slumber party is around, I think it's the 22nd. I think my night is the 22nd. I think it is. Oh, I've been in pretty good spirits today. Yesterday, not so much, but today, yeah, in better spirits. I woke up on the right side of the bed today, I guess. I've been working my butt off, but nevertheless. Yeah. Oh, good story time. Yeah, I'm thinking about some. She gonna be sick of me, but I'll tell you what I was thinking about. I may not be able to do it the first time I have the slumber party, but if we do this rotation, if we really keep it up, maybe the next time I do it, she might do it. But Cinda, I was gonna have Cinda come back again. I'm supposed to be interviewed on her show soon too. I'll let y'all know when I do that. But I was thinking about asking her because she's written a book called Pink Panty Confessions, right? And then her Pink Panty Confessions are basically stories, kind of like story times, her own little story times and stuff, and lessons that she learned through these experiences. And sometimes it's stories that other people have said, you know. So here's what I'm thinking. If she wanted to come and we do a whole Pink Panty Confessions, you know, give her like a 30-minute slot. That way she won't feel like super pressed. But, you know, here's the thing. The Ed Gordon's people told me he only had 30 minutes to give me. I took an hour almost. I took 50 minutes. He was talking his butt off. Wasn't he doing the talking? Cinda, she didn't care. She didn't even ask me how long. She was like, whatever, I'm here, whatever, however you want to do it. But I didn't have to ask her a lot of questions. She can talk too. So, oh no, yeah, no, mine's not second. Mine's like the 22nd. Mine fourth, I think. Fourth. And five babes first. I think I'm fourth. So whenever we get to mine, I'll try to be a little innovative. All right. Yes. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, I think it should be 5A should be leading this whole thing. It's the Babe Nation thing. It should be her thing to lead. Yes. Well, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I think I am going to end this live and then jump over to members only real quick and do a quick members only update for my members on something. With that said, though, let me pull up. I should have had this ready. My members. Oh, because let me tell you. Okay, I do have something else to tell y'all before we go. But first, I got to pull up my link to members. What in the world? Hold on, y'all. Gotta pull up my other account. Oh, look, it'll do it. So I'll tell y'all a little bit. Bye, Claire. And yes, I love Cinda too, Sarkonos. She's a sweetie pie. That's my sister. I love her. But I call Malik my brother too, because I feel like he has that feel, but he has a very big brother, fatherly kind of vibe to him. And he has been a motivator. Very good guy. Very good guy. Let me see. Studio. Just talk. Actually, while we're doing this, I'm going to run my cute little commercial. Be right back. All right, y'all. So here is the link to my membership. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Next week, I have 2 interviews coming up next week. Who was that guessed who the person was? And I said, don't say it. Don't say it. Oh, we were in the Zoom. Who was that? Who was that said that, y'all? Do y'all remember? Sarkonos, you remember? Tweety? Who all was in there? Jill, were you in that Zoom? Who was it? Somebody guessed. Well, they didn't say it. They said, I think I know. And I said, don't say it. And they said, it's a female. And I said, yep, don't say it, which told me they knew. Yeah. So I don't have the day yet, but I'm going to go work on that immediately. But this is what I was going to say. Oh, you weren't in the Zoom. Who was in the Zoom? Hi, Bar Dog. Who was in the Zoom, y'all? Somebody knew. Well, long story short, I am going to have these 2 interviews. And for each of the interviews, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to keep the interview at 45 minutes. Okay? 45 minutes. However, for each of them. However, we will then go to members only for Q&A. Now, I know I'm doing it for the female. Oh, you weren't. That wasn't the Zoom, but if it was. It wasn't the Zoom. Where was? No, it was the Zoom because we were talking out loud about it. And I said, don't say it. Don't say it. I think it was the Zoom right before we were about to hang up. No? Anywho. It was someone's mom. It was someone's mom. In the Zoom? That wasn't the Zoom, but it was the mom. Huh? What? No? What? I'm so confused. Hi, Big Man TV. You so silly. Hi, Big Man TV. Welcome. Thank you, honey. It was the Zoom, right, Sagittarius Queen? Who was it? And the person said, oh, she came to that chat too one day. The mom? Who are y'all talking about? Anyway, long story short, y'all, I definitely am going to do that for the female one. Now, what I might do to be nice with his, because he can talk. Oh, Malik can talk. So I'm just gonna let y'all know. My friends can talk. I can talk, and my friends can talk, child. So Malik, what I might do is switch. I might make the chat members only. Am I making a members only chat? If I do that, then I won't have to go to members only, and we can just keep it a whole, it could be everybody's welcome, but only the members can text. I don't know. What do y'all think I should do? I suggest getting a membership. And let me say, thank you. Hey, Mickey, welcome to V-Style members. Thank you. And this is what I was going to say. For next week, all levels will have access. So what I might do is just for the month of July, even through the month of July, all of my interviews, I might give them, all levels access. But just suggesting that for those of you for future interviews, for like the one past Malik, I'm telling you, we're not doing Q&As publicly, because a couple reasons why. One, I want to be able to, I want to feel a little freer about opening up my link. So you'll be able to click the link, talk to him directly and ask him a question. You can send it in the chat, of course. We can figure that out, but yeah. So I just saying. Her dog. No. No. Oh no, you're mixing that up, Sarkonis, and that's somebody else I need to call. Jesus, I need to call her too. No, we're talking about just the other day. Just the other day, somebody in the Zoom guessed who it is I'm supposed to interview next week. So yeah. I might tell my members who it is. But I need to confirm something. Actually, I'm going to call somebody tonight, and then I'll know for sure. Yeah, MS is the daughter. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, no. The person that's coming, no, not that. I mean, yes, MS's mom is going to come on the show, but that's not who I'm talking about. This other person that I'm going to interview that I mentioned this on Phi Babe Zoom, is a singing superstar. Literally. It will probably, I don't know which interview is going to be considered bigger. I think no. I don't know what's going to be considered. Actually, I kind of think Ed Gordon might be considered. It just depends on how you look at it. And you'll know what I mean when I say, oh, you fell asleep in that Zoom. That's right. I forgot about it. Yeah, it was at the very end. Phi Babe said, V, what you got going on coming up, or something like that. And that's when Okay. Yeah. But thank you. Hey, Mickey. Thank you so much, honey. But yeah, so anyway, you guys, I'm going to end this particular live. I see Coupon says she is working on her slumber party content. Why are you nervous, girl? What you gonna be nervous for? Girl, bye. So work it now. Let's see. I saw you said that. Yeah, somebody in there said, I know who it is. It's a female. And I said, yeah. Maybe was it Miss Tawana? It was a voice I recognized, but I can't remember who it was. I have been heavily medicated. Oh, right. I hear you, girl. I wish I were. But anywho, all right, guys. Well, with that said, please get your memberships if you haven't. Even the $3.99 level membership will give you access to future interviews through the end of July. So that will give you access to those private Q&As. Again, we will be having Malik on Monday or Tuesday. And then this other person, hopefully I'll know like by Sunday. I'll put it that way. Okay. I just don't want to say yet, but I mentioned, I'll give, the hint is, Tweety, you heard the hints I gave in the Zoom? The hint for who this person is they're female. We mentioned them. And what I said was that there was a live I did with Fibe, and we talked about the possibility of this person coming on board. I mean, not coming on board, but coming onto my channel. And she's coming. So excited. All right, guys. So I'm going to get out of here. Ooh. Actually, well, let's see. My outro is about 25 seconds. Let me see. Let me run one more commercial. If you guys have any show ideas, you can contact me here. Look, I'm at an hour and 57 minutes. I want to be right at 2 hours. Okay. So get this commercial. I'll be right back. Dang, Tweety got a whole lot of questions. Tweety says she needs to know what all you need to know. You need to know, how tall is she? Let me see. I can guess about how tall she is. I've never met her. Okay. So you and I will meet her at the same time. Well, maybe not. I might meet her before y'all meet her. But we will get to know her together. You said, what industry is she in? She's a singer. I said singing superstar. What awards has she won? Let's see. Has she won any awards? I would think she has at least won one. I was going to say she had won a Grammy, but let me just double check. I can't imagine. Yes. Oh, no, she hasn't won. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay. So hold on. Okay. She's won an American Music Award, Soul Train Awards, Billboard Awards. Yeah. Those three. Is that good enough for you? Tweety, any more questions, ma'am? Before we go? Anything else? Tweety? No. Hell no. I'm not telling you that. Hell, I tell you that's a rat. But I will tell you this. One of her most famous songs is an anthem. And it's been remade. You really did try it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jordana. And honey, today it was looking a little okay. So I'll be honest, it's a little dry and a little out of control today. And even I took pictures earlier, and even in the picture, I was like, my hair looking crazy. But I'm gonna tell y'all, yesterday it rained. Today, I just woke up and felt like I didn't feel like putting a whole bunch of product in my hair. So, but thank you. This is just called laziness. A woman who doesn't want to do her hair anymore. That's all that means. Okay. Is that it? Is that all you want to know, Tweety? That's it? Who is it, y'all? Ain't we family? Mary J. Child. Mary J. got Grammys. I wish it was Mary J. This person, I ain't saying no more. If I say anything else, Shaka Khan. What genre of music? Hey, Mickey? R&B. I got the song in my head. I'm trying to make sure I don't say it. Sing it. Oh, there was another song that came. I don't even know why this song came to my mind the other day, and I haven't been able to shake it. So all day today, I was singing it. It's one of her other songs. That's another one. Child Wish. I wish that too. What you said, Jordana? I cut mine long ago and haven't looked back. Girl, I cut mine at 16. My mother would not let me get my hair cut till I was 16. 16 couldn't get here fast enough. 16 came and the hair went, child. And even then, the first haircut she let me have was just a bob. So my first haircut was the Cinda bob before there was a Cinda. Don't get it twisted. I had it before Cinda did. Actually, I might have to find that picture. I meant to find that picture before she came on that first time to show her I had that haircut because I forgot to show it to her. So I had a bob, and then by the next year, I had cut it even shorter. So I just had, where I was curling the top and, laying down the sides and back. And then a few years after that, in 1989, I cut off my hair because it broke off. For whatever reason, my hair just broke off. So I cut my hair and started going to a barber, and the barber started I know what it was. One of my good girlfriends, her sister's hair was the bomb, and she was going to this barber. She would curl her hair on the top, but she'd get the sides in the back done by the barber. And I was like, oh my God, that's the bomb. So I started going to her barber, who is still my barber since 1989. Yes. We said we're like a married couple at this point. Okay. We go together forever. And so I've been going there ever since. And then I went from that to about 10 years after that, 1997. That's why I always say, I remember exactly when Jada Pinkett Smith got her haircut, because my haircut was cut because of hers. I loved when she cut her hair off. And then I got the courage to cut all mine off. Obviously, it was a little shorter than it is here on the top then. But pretty much the same haircut. And I've been wearing it like this ever since. I grew it out one time when my dad was sick and passing away, actually. I grew it out during that time to let it when I got pregnant too. It grew out again when I got pregnant. I forgot about that. I don't think that counts though, because everybody's hair grows when they're pregnant. And I was back to a bob when I was pregnant. As soon as I had the baby, cut it off. That's when I went back to the Halle Berry, that thing we were talking about. Me and Sarcomos had a whole bonding moment regarding that whole haircut. I had to cut that off. And then finally in 97 is when I cut it off like this, a little shorter, but pretty much like this. All right, so back to Anita Howard. Anita Howard? Who is Anita Howard? Anita Howard? You mean Mickey Howard? You mean Mickey Howard? Yeah, I think you mean Mickey. There's what's the other girl's name? Her last name was Howard. The one that was connected with R. Kelly, I think. Or she was supposed to be like the female R. Kelly. When she talked about, what was that song called? Something about sex. What was it called? Oh, Freak in the Morning, Freak in the Evening. Who sang that? Freak in the morning, freak in the evening, all night long. Adina Howard. Is that who you? No, I said it wrong. Okay. No, I'm not. No. No, honestly, this is a legit. I mean, I'm not saying, well, I am kind of saying that Adina's not. I'm not saying she's not legit. I'm just saying this person has accomplished more, is more mainstream. And at one time was truly rocking with the A-listers. I'll put it that way. That's the one right there. Now I really shouldn't have told you that. And as soon as I let it flow out my mouth, I said that was the wrong thing to say. That is the wrong thing to say because that's very telling. Hold on, let me go right here. What'd you say, Jordana? Don't lie either. It's an intimate relationship between. It is. And it's so funny because I remember because my barber was so good. He's really good, but at one time, like he was high in demand. Like it was crazy how good he is and how popular he was. And it was hard to get in. And at this time, he wasn't necessarily taking appointments and it was just taking forever. And I was just like, man, ain't nobody got time to be fooling around at the barbershop day and night, right? So I might go somewhere else. Do you know, whenever I come back to him, he'd be like, okay, who the hell been in your hair? Like, you been cheating on me? You been cheating. So he would always say, you been cheating on me? And I'd be like, no, baby. I ain't cheating on you, baby. Okay. What? 3? What's 3? What's 3? Who are you talking to, Tweety? We're going to be gagged when we see it. You are. But honestly, you shouldn't be completely surprised because honestly, it was discussed. It was discussed. Audra. Oh no, from I wish. I loved her. And I loved her in Aretha, not Aretha, in that Billie Holiday movie. You mean Audra Day? That's her name, right? From that? No, not Audra Day. Let me get some. No. That'll do it too. That'll tell it. That'll tell it. That'll tell it. That'll tell all of it. All right, I'm out of my 2-hour mark, y'all. I'm in 2 hours and 9 minutes. I'm going to end this live. We're going to go over the members only just for about 10 minutes. I just want to kind of give you a little update on what's been going on. Selena Johnson, no, but you know what? I really like her. Like she seems like a very down-to-earth person, like a very reasonable person. I wouldn't mind having a conversation with her. Is it The Usual Suspects? Wait. Yeah. Kaya, she has an anthem. What, Neck and Back? No. 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 All right, y'all. I love y'all to pieces. And am I coming out here tomorrow? tomorrow. I think I am. Yeah, I am. Let's go to members only real quick, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, unless Coupon's going live. Coupon, are you going live? We're going to see people tonight. Coupon? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk her into it over there at West Major. And Adore Me probably knows exactly who it is because she's so funny. Adore Me. I'm telling y'all, Adore Me. Adore Me knows all my business, but she's just not telling y'all. That's what I think. Adore Me knows how I know some of these people, I think. Adore Me, did you tell me, I don't know if you confirmed. Have you figured out how I know those people that you know that I know? I'm not going to ask you what it is that you figured out. I just want to know if you figured it out. Because if you figured it out, it's very obvious. Somebody did guess it. No, nobody guessed it. Adore Me guesses everything else, which is why I know. Adore Me knows people that I know. Adore Me, if she doesn't know people that I know, she knows people that know people who know me. Because she knows a lot. You are trying to go live, Coupon? Good. Okay, good. Adore Me, did you figure out how I did? Don't say it. I'm just wondering, did you figure out that we Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Adore Me. Adore Me. Don't be trying to mess with my internet because you don't want to answer the question. Adore Me. I'm asking you, did you figure out how it is that I know those people that you know that I know? I don't know if you know them, but you obviously know. If you don't know them, you obviously know people who know them because you be knowing stuff. You see what I'm saying? You know stuff. You know people. So my question to you is, do you know how I know them? Is my question. Or did you figure that part out? Just that's all I want to know. Yes or no. I just want to know if you figured it out. That's all I'm asking you. Woman, Coupon, I thought you were already a member. Thank you, Coupon. But Coupon, I thought you were a member, babes. Thank you, sweetie pie. Thanks, love. Yeah, she always be chiming in, letting you know that she exactly. That's why I be like, how because the fact that she knows this particular group of people makes me think she knows how I know them. It ain't no ancient shiny secret heifer. You either know or you don't know. Now I'm not asking you to tell me what it is or prove what it is or even tell me how you know. I just wondered if you figured it out. I just wondered. Or if you knew it all along. Come on, Adore Me. Tell me something. Keep on finally figured it out. You got that link, huh? Oh, you wrong. Uh-oh. What tier was you trying to join? Oh, were you trying to join the lower tier? Uh-oh. Adore me? I hate you. Okay, goodbye. Somebody time out adore me. I just man boo. Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to members only just for a few minutes. And then I'm waiting for Coupon to go live. Wait, what? I was, but I had to change my card and now I joined the wrong one. Oh, okay, no worries. Okay, babes. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a fantastical evening. I need to take some medicine because now my stomach is starting to hurt. And I was going to eat, but now I can't eat until after I take this medicine. Oh my God. Now my stomach's just started hurting. Woo, Jesus. I got to wait like 30 minutes. Oh, it's just pain, pain, pain. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I love you. Be safe. Bye.